Yes, students, in previous class, we discussed about oscillator part. So in that we covered FET based phase shift oscillator and LC oscillator. Okay, LC means Hartley and Colt's oscillator. Okay, today we'll discuss about crystal oscillator. Okay, so this one is the last part in part number 2 here. Okay, that is crystal oscillator. This is very important for topic for the examination. Okay, so compared to FET and the LC, okay, this one is the best oscillator for the generating the AC waveform. Understood? So this one is the best compared to FET based and LC, because FET we can generate the frequency up to 10 kilohertz. In L and C we can generate the frequency up to 10 megahertz. Okay, if you want frequency above the 10 megahertz here, then you can go for the crystal oscillator. Okay, here quality is very good compared to Hartley and Colt's and FET based phase shift oscillator. Understood? So in exam, they can ask for the 8 marks here. This is very important. First, we'll move on to the crystal oscillator here. You take first basics here. Okay, crystal means what here? Have you seen the crystal here? This is the crystal. Okay, this was the crystal diagram. Okay, this was the physical diagram. Okay, so this was the physical diagram of the crystal. Okay, name of the crystal is what here? Piezoelectric crystal. Okay, this one the exact name is what here? Piezoelectric crystal. Again, there is one more name for the crystal here, that is quartz crystal. Okay, quartz crystal. Right on this one. There are 3 names here. First one is crystal here. Second one is the piezoelectric crystal, and third one is quartz crystal. There are 3 names for the crystal here. Understood? Normal crystal. Second one is piezoelectric crystal, and third one is quartz crystal. So this one is the physical diagram. So next we'll move on to the circuit diagram of the crystal here. Okay, this one is the circuit diagram. Okay, for the crystal. See here, the connected crystal in two parallel plate capacitor. Okay, see this figure here. Is it visible, this one? Bhumika, is it visible, this diagram? Chandana?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Left side you take now crystal here. Okay, this crystal, it is connected within the capacitor. Okay, within the capacitor. This was the 2-plate parallel capacitor. Okay, so blue color is what here? That is crystal here. Above that, they have connected 2-plate parallel capacitor. Okay, means they have taken 2 terminals for the crystal. Understood? Remember this one here. They have taken 2 terminals for the crystal. That is quartz crystal. Same thing, this crystal they are going to express in equivalent circuit here. Okay, you have to write it in equivalent circuit here. See here, all elements are passive elements here. Okay, first you take resistor. Okay, second you take inductance. Next you take capacitor. Okay, you take 3 passive elements, that is in series connection. Okay, so all 3 elements are connected in series form. See here, first they have taken resistance. Okay, so what is the use of resistance here? We can control the flow of electrical signal. Next, inductor. What is the purpose of connecting inductor here? Here you can store the energy. Okay, then capacitor. What is the use of connecting capacitor here? We can store the charge. Okay, in terms of voltage. Okay, so inductor for the in terms of current. Okay, so capacitor for the in terms of voltage. Okay, R for the in order to control the voltage and current. So that's why all 3 elements are connected in series form. Understood? After that, they have taken one more capacitance here. That should be parallel with the all 3 elements. That is CP. CP stands for what here? It's a parallel capacitor that should be parallel with all 3 elements. Okay. So they have taken 2 terminals here for the equivalent circuit here. One from the resistance and one more from the capacitor. Okay. So one more from the resistance, one more from the capacitor. Understood? So this 3 elements, it represents what here? Inertia, friction, and stiffness of the crystal. Okay, means quality of the signal is very high. Okay, quality of the signal is very high in terms of inertia, friction, stiffness. Okay, so here quality of the signal is very important here. So quality of the Q factor, they will call it as a Q factor here. resonant frequency can measure it in Q factor, quality factor. So quality factor is very high compared to Hartley, Colpitts, and phase shift oscillator. Understood? Here they have taken one more capacitance here. So purpose of this capacitance is connected to what here? Okay, we want to store the mechanical vibration. Okay, we want to store the mechanical vibration across this parallel plate capacitance. Understood? In crystal, there are two types here. Remember this one here. There are two types of operation. First one is series. Second one is parallel. Okay, in exam they can ask anything here. Okay, sometimes they'll ask both. For the 8 marks, they will ask for the both. So write circuit diagram, proper circuit diagram. Then you have to give the equations. Okay, then you have to solve the problem. Understood? There are two types here in crystal. That is quad crystal here. That is series and parallel. First you take series. Okay, first one is you take series resonant frequency. Okay, for that you take formula. Okay, Fs is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of LC and CS. Okay, L means what here? Inductance. C is connection of the inductance. CS means what here? Capacitance. Capacitance is seriously connected with inductance. Okay, from that we can generate the series resonant frequency. Understood? So here this LC combination, see this LC combination, inductance and capacitance, these two are equivalent to parallel plate capacitance. Okay, parallel plate capacitance. Same thing you take now, next one, parallel resonant frequency. Parallel means that you include the parallel capacitance. Okay, you have to take C equivalent. Okay, because there are two capacitance in the circuit, right? So for that you take C equivalent. So for that you take Fe is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of LC into Cp into Cs divided by Cp plus Cs. Understood? This is the formula, right, on this one. Series resonant frequency formula, parallel resonant frequency formula. If you know the formula, then you can solve the problem. Otherwise, no. Okay, series means you consider only L and C. Okay, parallel means you have to consider total capacitance in the circuit. Okay, so for that you write ASP into ACS divided by Cp plus Cs multiplied by the Ls. That is the difference between the series and parallel. So next we'll move on to the circuit diagram of the oscillator. Okay. Here from the crystal, we want to take the oscillator operation. Okay, oscillator means what here? Without input, we are generating the AC signal, right? Okay, for that, what is the block diagram of the oscillator here? First, you take now amplifier. Okay, output of the amplifier, it is connected where here? Input of the feedback. Yes or no? Then output of the feedback, it is connected where here? Again, input of the amplifier. This is the oscillator block diagram. So here amplifier is what here? Transistor. Okay, so what they've taken FET or BJT. See here they've taken two diagrams. In exam you have to write both. Sometimes they will ask for the using FET, you have to write. Sometimes they will ask for the using BJT. Okay, remember this one, you have to practice both here. Okay, it's a very simple. Instead of writing FET, you can connect BJT. Understood? See here, amplifier nothing but what here? BJT transistor or FET transistor here. Okay, output of the amplifier and the collector or drain, it is connected where here? RFC. Okay, it is connected to RFC. Then input of the feedback. What is feedback here? They have connected crystal. Okay, they have connected crystal with the capacitor. Okay, with the capacitor. What is the purpose of connecting capacitor here? Because we want to generate the AC signal here. Okay, in AC signal, the capacitor it acts as a closed circuit. Okay, it acts as a closed circuit when it is in AC signal. That's why we have to use coupling capacitor in order to join crystal to output. Okay, from that we can generate the V0. Here they have connected RFC. Okay, radio frequency choke means here it blocks the DC and it passes the AC for the output side. Understood? So RF is connected where to where? VCC and output, right? So here it blocks the DC and it passes the AC to the output voltage. So output of the amplifier and the collector is connected to input of the feedback. What is feedback here? Crystal. Then output of the feedback means another terminal of the crystal is connected where here? Input of the amplifier. What is input of the amplifier? Base or gate terminal. Understood? Base or gate. That is the input of the amplifier. So here the collector and the crystal, it is connected between the base and collector or gate and drain. Suppose if it is a FET. Okay, same thing they're done. See here, when you come for the FET here, the crystal is connected between where to where here, gate and drain. Okay, this was the feedback element. Okay, this one the crystal is what here, feedback element here. From the feedback, we can generate the 180-degree phase shift. From the amplifier, we can make 180-degree phase shift. Total how much you got here? 360-degree phase shift. And 0-degree phase shift means you'll get a complete AC waveform. Okay, you'll get a complete AC waveform. So here they have connected RG. Okay, gate resistance. For the gate side, they have connected one more resistance. Okay, after that is connected where here ground. Okay, this resistance it's acts as what here? Higher input resistance for the amplifier. Okay, higher input impedance or higher input resistance. That's why it is connected to amplifier. Then they have connected for the source, they have connected one more resistance. So what is the purpose of connecting resistance here? It will increase the stability of the amplifier. Okay, it increases the stability of the amplifier. That's why it is connected to source side. Okay, resistance is connected to source side. This one is the complete circuit diagram of the series resonant frequency. Okay, series resonance frequency. Andre, this crystal is seriously connected with input and output. Okay, this crystal is seriously connected with input and output of the amplifier. So next you take BJT. Okay, in BJT what happens here? For the base, they have taken voltage divider circuit. Okay, here they have taken voltage divider circuit. Here what they have taken here? When gate is connected to ground, this one is the common gate configuration. Okay, gate is connected to ground means see here there is no input right for the gate, only resistance is there. After that is connected to ground. This is the common gate configuration. That's why the resistance is higher value in terms of mega ohm they're taken. Okay, so for the common gate, it use the resistance value in terms of mega ohm, not kilo or not ohm. Okay, always you have to choose the resistance in mega. Same thing for the BJT, they have taken voltage divider circuit R1 and R2. These are high resistance. Okay, R1 for the supply voltage, R2 for the ground voltage. Okay, R1 should be greater than the R2 always. Okay, R1 should be greater than the R2 always. Then you take RE and CE. So RE and CE is the bypass resistance and bypass capacitance. Okay, so these two acts as a bypass for the emitter side. Understood? So again, crystal is seriously connected with base and collector. So next here you take now parallel resonant frequency. Okay, so this was the series what we discussed now, that is series here. Next we'll move on to the parallel resonant crystal oscillator. So here the crystal is parallelly connected with amplifier. Okay, you take FET or BJT here, they have taken voltage divider circuit. Okay, what is the advantage of taking voltage divider circuit here? So stability is very high here. There is no temperature effect. Okay, there is no temperature effect here. Almost will get a higher stability. Okay, this is the good inverting amplifier. Okay, and it is good good amplifier driving the current here. Okay, it is good amplifier for the driving the voltage. Okay, so that is the advantage of taking voltage divider circuit. Okay, voltage divider antandre for the input side they have connected two resistance in order to divide the voltage. Okay, after that they have taken capacitance for the gate side here. Then they have taken two capacitance C1 and C2. See here for the parallel resonant frequency. Okay, they have taken two capacitance C1 and C2. That should be parallel with what here? Crystal. You parallel ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ you have to take one capacitor that should be parallel with the crystal. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, they have taken two capacitor. Okay, C1 for the output voltage, C2 for the ground. Okay, they have taken two capacitance because in order to store the charge, in order to store the charge. So this parallel configuration on the parallel crystal, it's a feedback element. It gives the 180-degree phase shift. Okay, it gives how much here? 180-degree phase shift. Okay, so crystal is parallel connected with amplifier. So again, what is the parallel resonant frequency? Series resonant frequency means crystal is seriously connected with amplifier. Understood? So next we'll move on to the problems here. You take one problem here. You take first difference here. What is the difference between the Hartley LC oscillator and crystal oscillator? LC and the Hartley and Colpitts oscillator. Okay, in Hartley LC oscillator, what happens here? We want to tune the inductance and capacitance. Okay, we want to tune the inductance and capacitance here. In crystal, there is no tuning. Okay, there is no tuning here. Then quality of the frequency is very less in the LC oscillator. Here, quality of the frequency is very more in the crystal oscillator. Next, stability is very less in the LC oscillator, and third one, crystal stability is more here. In LC oscillator, bandwidth is very more here. In crystal, bandwidth is very less. Then effect of temperature is more in the LC oscillator. Here, effect of the temperature is very less. Next, frequency range is generated is more here. Okay, here we can generate the frequency with the with depends on the crystal thickness. Okay, means we can generate the frequency in terms of thickness of the crystal. Okay, so that is very important here. So these are the difference between the LC and crystal. Understood? So crystal oscillator is very best compared to LC oscillator and phase shift oscillator. So next you take problems here. Okay. So these two problems are very important. There are two problems here. First one is a crystal has a L is equal to 0.4 Henry, C is equal to 0.085 picofarad, and mounting capacitance is 1 picofarad with the resistance is 5 kilo. Find series resonant frequency, parallel resonant frequency, and by what percentage the parallel resonant frequency exceeds the series resonant frequency. Find the Q factor of the crystal. Okay, you know the crystal diagram, right? You know the crystal diagram. So this is the equivalent circuit here, equivalent circuit of the crystal. Here, what are the elements here? Resistor, inductor, capacitor. Okay, those values are given in the problem. Okay, they are given even parallel capacitors. There are 4 elements, which are those: resistor, inductor, capacitor, series capacitor, and parallel capacitor. So here, what is the inductance value? 0.4 Henry. What is C value? 0.085 picofarad. Mounting capacitance, that is parallel capacitance. Okay, that is 1 picofarad. R is how much? 5 kilohertz. First, you find out series resonant frequency. What is the formula? Fs is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of LC. Okay, Fs is equal to what here? 1 divided by 2 pi square root of LC. Substitute L and C value. So you got C is equal to 863.138 kilohertz. Okay, what is the Fs value now? 863.138 kilohertz. Same thing you do it for parallel resonant frequency. What is the formula here? 1 divided by 2 pi L C equivalent. Parallel, you have to include the capacitance here. Okay, CS and CM. Okay, CP you have to take here. So for that you take 1 divided by 2 pi square root of L C equivalent. C equivalent means what here? C in CS into CP divided by CS plus CP. This is the C equivalent. Okay, C into CM divided by C plus CM. And the CM it's a CP. Okay, C means what here? It's a CS. So these are equivalent form. That's why you take this formula. You take, we know the C value, right? How much? 0.085 picofarad. We know the CM value, that is 1 picofarads. Substitute here and simplify. You got C equivalent is 0.0783 picofarad. Okay, 0.0783 picofarad. So next you take this value and substitute in the FP value. Okay, then FP is 899.074 kilohertz. Okay, 899.074 kilohertz. This is the FP value. Third question. What is third question here? By what percentage the parallel resonant frequency exceeds the series frequency? Just to parallel resonant frequency ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? FP minus FS divided by FS in multiply by 100. Okay, FP minus FS divided by FS multiplied by 100. So how much you got here? 4.163%. Okay, 4.163%. Next, find the Q factor of the crystal. Okay, Q factor. You take this formula. Okay, this is the formula for finding out the quality of the crystal. That is omega SL divided by R. Okay, omega SL means what here? 2 FS, 2 pi FS L divided by R. Okay, 2 pi FS into L divided by R. Okay, then substitute the FS value. So what you got here? That is 863.138 kilohertz. You know the L value. Substitute here. Then we know the R value. Substitute. Then simplify. You got quality factor is 433.86. Okay, we got quality factor is how much here? 433.86. Understood?
So next, you take second problem here. Same. A quartz crystal has a following constant here. L value is 50 millihenry. So R is 500 ohm. C2 is 12 picofarad. Find the value of Fs and Fp, and C1 is 0.02 picofarad. Okay, you have to find out Fs and Fp. The crystal changes from 5 picofarad to 6 picofarad. Find the change in frequency. So what you have to find out here? First, you have to find out Fs and Fp. Then you have to find out the frequency in the range of 5 picofarad to 6 picofarad capacitance value. Understood? That is the question here. So note on the values here. What is L value? 50 millihenry. What is C value? That is 0.02 picofarad. What is the R value? That is 500 ohm. Then what is C2 here? 12 picofarad. Okay, C1 is 0.02. C2 is 12 picofarad. Remember this. First, you find out C equivalent. C1 into C2 divided by C1 plus C2. So how much you got here? 0.01996 picofarad. Okay, this is the C equivalent value. Okay, after simplification, the final value for the C equivalent is 0.01996 picofarad. You take Fs. Fs you take 1 divided by 2 pi square root of L C1. Okay, C1 you take here. What is C1? 0.02. Substitute here. We got Fs value is 5.038 megahertz. Okay, 5.032 megahertz. Same thing you would find out for the Fp. You know the C equivalent, right? Substitute here. So Fp is now 5.0379 megahertz. 5.0379 megahertz. Okay, almost these are equal here. Next, when what is second question? What is the question? Second question here. Find the change in frequency when C value is 5 picofarad and 6 picofarad. First, you take C is 5 picofarad. Okay, you take C2 dash. Okay, C2 dash is equal to C2 plus Cx. Okay, Cx is how much here? That is 5 picofarad given value. Okay, that should be add with the C2. That is 12 plus 5. How much here? 17 picofarad. Substituting this one here. Find out C equivalent here. C1 into C2 dash divided by C1 plus C2 dash. So almost you got 0.01999 picofarad. So find out FP1. Okay. So how much you got here? 5.025 megahertz. Same thing you can do it for the 6 picofarad. Okay. Next you take second one, 6 picofarad. So next you take C2 plus 6 picofarad. 12 plus 6, how much here? 18 picofarad. Then find out C equivalent. Then substitute in FP here. We got 5.035 megahertz. Almost these are equal. When you change in the frequency means you take FP1 dash means FP double dash. The 5 picofarad to 6 picofarad. What is the difference here? 164 hertz. Okay. The frequency difference is how much here? 164 hertz. There is a small change in the frequency value. Okay, when C value is 5 picofarad, when C value is 6 picofarad. Understood? So this was the complete. There is one more problem, right? This is very simple here. The crystal has a mounting capacitance of 10 microfarad, other CM. The inductance experience mass in 1 millihenry. The frictional resistance is 1 kilohertz. Compliance is 1 picofarad. Find the parallel resonance frequency. Okay. See here, CM is how much here? 10 picofarad. L value is 1 millihenry. R is 1K. C is 1 pico. Right on given values. We take Fs. We know the formula. That is 1 divided by 2 pi square root of LC. Substitute here. What have you got equations? You substitute the values L and C. Okay, from that you can find out the Fs value, that is 5.03 megahertz. This is the final value for the Fs. Understood? So this completes the model number 2 here. Understood? Completed almost complete model number 2. Okay. So suppose if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. In model number 2, we discussed about MOSFET amplifier configuration, MOSFET internal capacitance and high frequency model. the frequency of the common source amplifier, then oscillate. Okay, so this complete the complete model number 2. Understood?